Morecambe at home. Mark, you said last week that being disappointed with the draw at Hereford said a lot about how far your team's come. What's the reaction been in training this week?
We've had a good week. We don't differ. The boys are good. Their attitude's always spot on. We did a good bit of work on Tuesday, and we'll take it from there. Their attitude, like I say, is not in question. I felt we should have won the game. We didn't, and we've just got to keep them focused on Saturday. We've got the distraction of a cup game in next week, but that can only be that. Our focus is purely on our next game, and that means a really difficult game against Macclesfield on Tuesday, and before that, obviously, a really difficult game against Morecambe. We can't wait for the next game. Our players are giving us everything. We might change one or two things around. Morecambe will be after a bit of revenge, so we've got to be right on our game. And I for one, I'm certainly looking forward to it.
You hint you might make a couple of changes, but I suppose the decision's still the same again.
Yeah.
Can you change that side on that unbeaten run?
Exactly. Yeah. But that's the decision I've got to make. Along with my staff, and we'll do that. We'll see. It is a squad game. If we need to change one, change two, we'll do so. If not, if we think things are going okay, we'll stick with it. The boys have done extremely well, and it won't be a case of dropping people, leaving people out. It'll just be a case of, if we do freshen it up, then so be it. If we decide to stick with what we've got, it's for all the right reasons. We've got no hidden agendas. We're just trying to pick teams to win matches, and we've got 4 big games in the next 10 days, and we want to win them all. And the only way we're going to do that, more than likely, is if we just change one or two every now and again.
Wes Thomas has been a sub the last couple of games. Do you think he's benefited from not being pitched in with the start straight away after returning to fitness?
That remains to be seen. That's our thinking behind it. We don't think he was being 100% ready to go. We wanted him to get another sort of half an hour Saturday, which he got, and looked lively, looked sharp, combined well with Jeff. He's ready. He's ready to play. They all are. They're all chomping at the bit to play. They're all metaphorically banging on my door to come and want to be in the team. They're not actually doing it because they know that the boys in the team at the minute are doing extremely well. But it's not my job. My job's not to react to a defeat or to react to a draw. My job is to be proactive and make sure that we try and pick a team to win every game that we play. And the lads are in charge at the moment. They're doing great. And we're not. If we do change it around, it won't be dropping people. It'll be just freshening the team.
Your bench has looked very strong in recent weeks. Has that made you sort of change your thinking? Do you think now differently rather than just about your starting 11? Do you think
you always think about substitutions, about when you want to make them. When in an ideal world, in a not so ideal world, you've always got to be thinking ahead of the game, and I try and do that beforehand. But rarely things go to plan. It's rare that you think, right, let's get 2-0 up and let's take this one off, that one off. That rarely happens. So you have to have contingencies in place. You have to have thoughts in your mind, and we do that without a shadow of a doubt. We do that, but you also have to be. Sometimes things aren't going so well, and you have to be proactive and make things happen. Sometimes you have to try not to react. Try not to have to react, because otherwise, if you're reacting all the time, you're probably getting beat most of the time as well. So you got to be as proactive as you can. Sometimes it's let's leave it alone. Sometimes it's let's make a decision to make this happen, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. It's a game where there's so many different influences affect what the outcome is. So it's not an exact science. I've got a group of players at the minute who are coming in, who are enjoying training, working extremely hard for the group. They had a socialise together on Sunday, and they can work hard and play hard, and that's what I want from them. When they're here, they work extremely hard. When we're at the right time, we've got a great spirit that we can drop into socialising together. The players, like they did last Sunday, and they can come back in Tuesday and work extremely hard again, and they can all be up for it again come Saturday. And that's what I'm looking for. I think we're 1 defeat in 8. I want 1 defeat in 18.
Long way to go. Morecambe on Saturday, the first of those next 10 games. Presumably, actually, just looking at the table, it's the sort of game that you need to be winning to keep up with on the tails of the top 7.
You need to, yeah. That's why I was probably disappointed we didn't beat Hereford. Every game in this league is tough. You don't get any gimmies, and you think, well, Hereford are at the bottom. People expect you just to go there and win. It doesn't happen like that. And again, Saturday we've got to, for whatever we get out of the game, we've got to work extremely hard. And I know that if my players put in the work right, put in the commitments and if all the preparations right, then I know we can beat anybody. And I'm confident of that. They'll be up for it. They'll be disappointed to get beat by us a couple of weeks ago. And they'll be coming here to put that right. Sammy said that he thought that they played some outstanding stuff. They'll be trying to do exactly the same again. And we thought we played quite well as well and deserved the win. So it's a game we're looking forward to, and we want to make sure that we get back to winning ways.
Is it getting to the stage of the season where teams who are down there are beginning to sort of have that mentality? They know they've got to, if you like, scrap for every tackle and every ball to get out of there and to work their way out through pure hard effort and not so much necessarily the football?
I don't know who you're talking about, sort of thing, because Morecambe are a good footballing team and they'll continue to play football. We're not right down there and scrapping for our lives, but it doesn't matter what situation you're in. You have to scrap for everything. You have to put the hard work and the effort in. If you don't do that, you get beat. Morecambe certainly won't come here and make it a ugly, scrappy encounter. They've got some really, really talented footballers, and the manager likes them to play football. We like to play football. It'll be a decent game, but you have to work hard. If you don't work, you can be as talented as the Messis and whatever in the world. But if you don't put that together with hard work, it doesn't happen for you, and particularly in the league that we're in.
Injuries? You were hoping Michael Pook would be back in training?
Yep, trained the end of last week, this week, training today. I've got pretty much a full squad. It's great to have. It brings complications in other areas in terms of picking a team, but it's a great situation to be in at the moment. And with the run of games that we're having now, then we have a little Saturday for a couple of weeks in December. Then it's full on again over Christmas. It's vitally important that we keep as many fit and available for as many games as we possibly can.
Is Michael back in contention or just in training?
Is Michael back in contention? Yeah, he has to be. Yeah, he's trained hard. Ideally, we get a reserve game into him, but it's difficult at the moment with the games coming thick and fast. We'll just keep working him on the training ground, and when he gets his shirt back, then he's ready.
Because at the moment Marlon Pax.
Yeah, Marlon's playing well. Birdie's playing well. Got Frankie chomping at the bit. Pookie obviously desperate to get the captain's armband and get back in the team. It's a good situation to be in, but that's Neil and my job now is to keep everybody happy, to make them come in, keep working hard, with a smile on their face, even when they're not in the team. They're all important people at the club. They're all important people for the team and for the squad, because without that squad, without that number of quality players that we've got, we have no chance. But that if we can just keep them all happy, and I understand nobody wants to sit on a bench, but there's just times where you've just got to just be ready there for the team, and at the moment they're doing that.
Great stuff, thank you, good luck.
Pleasure.
Mark, going back to the team spirit and the day at the races and things, has that been one of the things you've been most pleased with this season, the way they've gelled after bringing so many new players together?
Yeah, we try and look into that before we sign them. I went to a seminar yesterday where Sam Allardyce was speaking, and at the end the Grove down in Watford, an LMA function, and to listen to the work that he puts into his selection of players, his process of spotting talent, and then the rigorous tests that he performs. It's eye-opening. We don't go that far. We haven't got the staff to do what he does, but it's quite something. But ours is also although we do it on a lesser scale, it's not just by fluke that it happens. We try and get good characters, we try and get good people as well as having the ability to go out there, the desire to go out there and do it for their teammates. Days like the days at the racing, days like we had in Swansea where we had the bonding and we had the canyoning and the 4 or 5 days together. They're invaluable, and people don't always see that. They see it as just work and whatever else. But to me, to the players, to my staff, the odd day here and there, it's vital. They, like I just said, they work hard and they play, and they can play hard every now and again. When it's the right time. Sunday was perfect. Edward Gillespie at the racecourse looked after them extremely well, like they always do. The boys had a good day out, and we've been back at work since, and it's with the emphasis on getting 3 points on Saturday and carrying on the decent run that we're on.
When it comes to times where only 11 can play and some players have got to be patient, it probably helps to
yeah,
keep
of course
harmonious when they'll get on well.
Exactly, all stuff like that. Going back to this seminar, that there was a brigadier from the Royal Marines speaking, and it was fascinating, and it's all for the cause. It's all for, obviously, in the line that he's in, it's life and death. It's not quite that far here. But it was a fascinating thing yesterday that I went to, and we want it like that for the players. Not a case of life and death, obviously, not as dramatic as that, but where they're all part of it, and they all matter, and they all care for each other. They all care about what each other's doing and how they all work together as a team to get the best results. And they've done that superbly well. We brought in 14, 15 new players to start the season, and the spirit amongst them's fantastic. And that goes, a lot of credit goes to my staff as well. On the back of that, they have to keep the spirits up sometimes when they're a little bit down, when we get beat, but we're trying to make it a good place to come to work, a good place to come to. It's not even work, is it? It's doing something that they getting paid and they enjoy it, and it's a great way to spend your life, spend your working life, and let's make it as successful as we can be. That's our sort of the way we're looking at it, and to do that, we want them to be happy. Yes, they have to work. Yes, they have to know what's what we're about, how we go about it. But as long as they come in and do that with a smile on their face, we believe that they'll have a greater chance of achieving that.
Cheers, Mark.